you are thinking of becoming a high value woman, you have to be thinking also of marrying somebody that is high value. High value doesn't necessarily mean that the person has all the money in the world.
Or to
it
be
doesn't necessarily mean that the person has a car.
Yeah.
Hi guys, welcome to the channel. It's your girl once again. My name is Amy if you're new here, and if you're an existing subscriber, I just want to say thank you so much for sticking around. Today's video, I have the very delectable, the finest, Yuki Osagede.
Hi guys.
Talk about yourself.
Okay, so my name is Yuki Osagede. I am a YouTuber currently based in Benin City, Edo State, and Amy has been my girl for the longest time. Yeah, so this is something that you should be expecting to see more. So stay tuned, subscribe, like, share, and yeah.
Which one again?
Turn on the notification bell.
Good.
Yeah.
Alright. So in today's video, we're just going to be discussing over yogurt
And kimchi.
and some kimchi. We're going to be talking about one topic that I feel like it's everywhere, but we still have to talk about it because it's important. How to be a high value woman in your 20s.
Cheers to that.
So I want to ask you now, what does high value, when you hear that, because this topic is everywhere, so when people say I'm a high value woman, or you hear it out there, people are saying this person is a high value woman, what comes to mind?
I think what comes to mind is someone that is of importance. I'm trying not to use the same word value, but it means that someone that is important, someone that is worthy, someone that is virtuous. So when you're saying high value, it means standard. So that person is up to standard of whatever definition or whatever thing you're trying to define. Yeah, so I think that's a high. So being a high value woman, it means that you're a woman of standard, you're a woman of worth and value. So yeah, high value woman.
Awesome stuff. But it seems every woman is not a high value woman. Because before you hear anybody say something, they already said high value woman. It's just so everywhere. And I really want us to dissect this topic so that when you hear somebody say I'm a high value woman, you can know this one you're bluffing. You are not a high value woman. There are two sides of being a high value woman. There is the internal side of being a high value woman, and there is the external side of being a high value woman. So when we talk about internal sides now, we're talking about how you see yourself, your self-esteem. Because I feel like whatever is on the inside will definitely
Reflect, yes.
So what are the internal things that you think that a high value woman should portray or to possess?
Okay, first of all, you have to a certain extent, you need to have your shit together. So you're not waiting for anybody to come save you. You are hardworking. You've discovered who you are, and you're working towards your goals that you have set for yourself. So let's say, for example, you're doing YouTube right now, and to excel or to succeed doing YouTube, you have to be consistent. So as a high value woman, you're going to be consistent. You're going to put in your best work. You're going to try to be the best version of yourself, as authentic as possible to your audience. So basically, being a high value woman is, I would say the Bible defines a high value woman, the phrase Proverbs 31 woman. Yeah. So yeah, there are lots of, a high value woman is just a woman of standard, yeah, and she is committed to her work, committed, hardworking, and very driven. Yeah, I feel like I said all the points.
Like
in
you
one.
said everything. I don't know where to.
I said everything.
You said something that got me. You said authentic.
Yes.
And there's something I want to do now.
Mm.
There's something I want to be doing now. I don't know. I may have posted the video by the time this video goes up. I said I want to sound more British. And you know something about sounding more British, because a lot of people already know that I'm Nigerian, number one, and they're already used to my Nigerian accent. But right now I'm saying I want to sound more British. I want to go all the way, like be speaking, hello, y'all, in it.
Yeah.
So I want to be all there. Do you understand?
Yeah.
But I feel like people are going to come for me. Like, this girl, this is not how you've been talking. Why are you talking like that? Why are you talking through your nose? Why are you all this? Why are you that? So when you're trying to become that girl, and you have people that are looking at you like, this is not you.
Yeah.
So how do you draw that balance? How do you create that balance?
I think you need to understand that when you understand the word growth, you wouldn't really care a lot about what other people think, because when you want to grow as a person, there are things that you set for yourself, there are targets you set for yourself. They're like, this is what I want to do. People learn to speak French. They are not from. They are
and the funny thing is that people don't look at them weirdly.
Exactly. People learn to speak Japanese. It's not because they were born there or they had a flair for it. When some ladies pick up some words from K-drama and they start trying to learn Korean, it's not because they are trying to be fake. It's because they love the language and they are trying to learn it. They want to be able to speak it.
Exactly.
So why do you have a problem with it? If I want to better my English and I want to sound more American, or I want to sound more British,
It's nobody's business.
it's not your business. Say I'm on TV or I'm on radio. For example, I sometimes I do some presentation like MC and all of that. And you need to sound. There's a certain way you need to sound. You need to pronounce your words clearly, that people hear you. So some people listen to it and they're like, "Why this one before?"
Exactly.
And you're not really forming, but it's just because you have to. For people to take you seriously, you have to sound a certain type of way.
Yeah.
So don't expect that you're going to come up and say, "Oh, Afana, what's popping now? You do not stop me." If that works for you, that's fine. But
that's good.
I don't want that for myself, and I am not going to stop getting what I want just because you're uncomfortable with it. Do you understand?
But I feel like there's also that balance, because a lot of people too are fake.
Yes.
It's not that they are trying to be better people or live better lives. They just want to be where they are not.
Yeah.
And it will not profit you in any way. So
Exactly.
there's no point. You want to buy a car that you cannot afford. You don't need it, because then again, there are times when you are buying maybe a car or a phone because you are going to need it for something.
Yeah.
Like, I was discussing with somebody yesterday, and he said he got a car, and the reason why he got the car was because he wanted to carry equipment. He wanted to be able to use it to carry people to a certain location. But when somebody that doesn't know that sees that, person is going to be like, this one wants to buy a car, me too, I want to buy a car. They are going to see that competition.
Competition, yeah.
So there is also that set of people. If you are changing your lifestyle or leveling up your lifestyle, your look, or whatever it is you are leveling up about yourself, do it for you.
Yeah.
Don't do it because you are trying to compete with somebody. Do it because the advantage is going to be.
I started exercising, and I used to exercise before, but this time I decided to go to the gym so that I could be more committed and everything. So I went to the gym and I posted this video on WhatsApp that I was lifting weights.
I know what they say.
People are like, "Oh, your body is perfect. Oh, you don't need this. Oh, what are you trying to do? Are you trying to break? Can you not see that you're already perfect? Can you not see that your body is hot cake?" Like, that is not the point. It's not like I'm trying to lose weight. I'm actually trying to add weight. And I'm trying to be healthier.
And you're trying to be a certain way.
Do you understand? Like, why don't people get it? It's not about you. Please. It's never about, it shouldn't be about anybody else. It should be about yourself. At this point in your life, what do you think you need to do to become a better person? That's why people read books. That's why they attend classes. That's why they go to school. So it's for you to gain more knowledge. It's for you to better yourself, whether that is physically or emotionally or mentally. Please. So that's the growth we're talking about.
In terms of relationships now, I want to say something.
Yeah.
See,
Speak your mind.
I'm going to speak now. See, I'm a preacher of ladies, know your worth.
Yeah.
And have self-esteem. I'm not saying you should be up here. When I was growing up, I was taught something that you need to see yourself the way God sees you.
Yeah.
And how do you know how God sees you? You need to study the word. So that way you're going to have this right self-esteem that you're supposed to have. Because as a lady, you are going to see a lot of things.
Yeah.
You're going to see men that will come to talk you down because they feel like they should be in charge.
And I met people that, you already know that this kind of person that you like is somebody that is on the big side. And me, I'm not
really on the big side.
I'm stingy. So why are you trying to tell me to eat? Did I tell you that I'm not eating?
Can I tell you to eat?
Yeah, so I should eat more. That I'm not eating enough. I should keep eating so I will add weight. I'll put on some flesh, add some flesh to my bones. I said, get thee behind me. Get thee behind me, Satan.
Actually,
imagine.
It was when I was in camp. There was this guy that he came as an official. So we got talking, and then he was telling me that he liked me, blah 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 blah. But I was not into him. So there was this particular day he saw me, and then he said, I mean, you've just been using me. And I'm like, actually, I'm not. And then he was like, you're letting these girls toast me. I'm like, let them toast you, what's my own? And then he now said, if you're not careful now, I'm going to go for bigger. And I'm like, okay. So you saw bigger, and they decided to come to me. Exactly, bringing it down to self-esteem. There are some guys that would want to talk you down when you don't know what.
Yeah.
So it's very important that as a girl in your 20s,
Very important.
if you are going to learn anything in life, learn self-esteem. You have to study your Bible, read books, know what your purpose is, because I find that is another thing that helps people to be more confident in themselves, because you know that you are fulfilling purpose.
Yeah.
So if you are fulfilling purpose, you are going to be confident, your self-esteem will be the way God wants it to help you a lot. Otherwise, you just have guys, most especially, coming to talk you down, so that it will be as if yes, they are the ones in charge. I feel like those guys too, they have a problem.
They do actually, and it's not just guys. I've discovered that even in the workplace, I've discovered that there are lots of people out there in the society ready to eat you up at every little mistake you make. If your self-esteem is not up there, and whatever people say is going to get to you, so just know that you have to get to a certain level where you recognize that you are not perfect. You know for a sure that you are not perfect. You know you have weaknesses. You know you have things that you need to work on. However, even in that state, you are still worth everything. So let's say you're working to be a better person, or you're working to be more hardworking, or you're learning some things for yourself. Even at that point where you are learning, you still deserve the world. So don't ever allow anybody talk you down, whether it's in your workplace or it's a relationship situation or whatever. Like, don't accept it. Don't accept it when people are throwing side comments, negative comments. The moment you agree with them, your own has finished.
And I feel like one way we can get there, because learning self-esteem is a process. One way we can get there, because this is something I had to do. I didn't know I was doing it then. If you check on my snaps, you see a lot of I mean you fine kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like I'm always
Hyping
praising
yourself.
myself because I know that this is who I am. I'm actually this person, and I want to get there as well. So one thing I would say to you is that use words of affirmation. There are people that believe that there are certain kind of guys that should not, that they are not worthy of. Yeah. There are certain kind of guys that they are not worthy of. There are certain kind of things that should not come to them. And maybe it's because of your upbringing, maybe it's because of your environment.
I'm shook.
Why are you worried? That's because you are not there.
For real?
Yeah. There are people that think that way. This kind of guy should not come to me because I'm here and he's there. Do you understand? So it's still a self-esteem thing. And if you are there, I feel like there are certain things that you can say to yourself. There are words that you can say to yourself. Yeah. Because this is a world of men. And it's words that frame the world. So if you want to have certain things come to you, there are certain words that you put in the atmosphere that will attract those things to you. So there are things that I constantly tell myself. I am worthy of this.
Yes.
And for somebody that has been single for a very long period of her life, or you've been single for the longest time, and you now start looking at other people around you and you're wondering why you are feeling a certain way.
Yeah.
Or because you've not been in a relationship for a certain period of time, you are now feeling a certain way. And then you start to feel like you don't have options. There are not a lot of options for you. That when somebody comes around, you just feel like that's the only person.
Yes,
It doesn't work.
the whole life.
This world will come to an end. But then there are words of affirmation that you can tell yourself. Like there are a lot of options for you.
Yeah.
There are plenty of options for you. Even if it's just one that is coming around now, no problem. But there are plenty of options for you. The moment you begin to put this into the atmosphere, you see that really it will happen, and you're going to have a lot of people come to you, the kind of people that you want, and then you'll now be the one to choose. So words of affirmation would help you in your leveling up and becoming a high value. It's also the part of discovering yourself too, because I think we talked about it initially, that when you know who you are supposed to be, when you know who you were created, or what you were born to do, that would help your confidence level. So you have to discover yourself. And how has the journey been for you?
It has been very interesting because as you grow in life, or let me just speak as someone in her 20s, as I've been growing in my 20s, I am in my 20s of course, but like you feel like, okay, when I was growing into my 20s, I wanted to be a lawyer, and that was like my goal. So I became a lawyer and I was excited. Then I discovered that I'm very good with my hands. I'm a very creative person. I want to do makeup. I want to do spoken word.
I envy all of you. You knew what you wanted to do from like I was a child I never knew. Check all the things I wrote when I was a child. I either wanted to be a newscaster, I wanted to be an engineer at some point, I wanted to be a nurse at some point. I just wanted to be everything.
It happened.
I was never.
I think it's gradually during your working life and during your journey, that's when you start to learn more about yourself. So let's say some things that used to make you feel fulfilled at some point, you no longer consider them as being relevant. It doesn't mean that there's something wrong with you. It just means that you want something different now. So as I said earlier, I wanted to become a lawyer and I became a lawyer. I still love and enjoy being a lawyer, but I also know that there's a whole lot that interests me. There's a lot of other things that interest me. There's YouTube, there's TV, there is makeup, there is writing, poetry, all of that. And it's just for one person. Poem. It's just for one person. So at some point it starts getting confusing. Like, God, how am I supposed to
what is the
do all of this? So is there something wrong with me that I want so much out of life? Because there are some people that they just choose their career and they work and grow to the highest peak of that career. So how come it is like Why is it so chaotic with me?
Is there something wrong with me?
Is there something wrong with me?
First of all, when I was growing up, I already said that I was all over the place. At some point, I wanted to be this. At some point, I wanted to be this. At some point, I wanted to be this. Until I found myself in pharmacy school. I don't know how I found myself there, but I found myself there. But today, there are a lot of things that I would like to do. There is media, there is fashion, there is YouTube now. No, there is a lot, and I feel like every passing day I discover something
New things.
It's so scary.
It's so
I discover
scary.
something new, and I'm wondering what is the problem. But I find that there are people. I feel like God designed some people to not be one thing.
Really?
Yes. Because you think about Apostle Paul. You know, I can't remember the Bible verse, but it was something like, to the Gentiles, I was a Gentile.
Yeah.
To Apostle Paul was somebody that was very vast.
Wow, I've never thought about that scripture.
He was very vast. Like he could relate to a lot of people because he was a whole lot. So I feel like when people are more than one thing, it's because of a reason.
And it's because we have a problem.
What kind of problem?
I think it's not because you are not focused. Have you ever thought about it that way? Or maybe you're not focused.
Do you think Apostle Paul was not focused? He was very effective. Wasn't an effective apostle?
Well, he was.
Because if we even really want to think about it, there are people on earth that are also like that. Let me use women now. Okay, I'm going to use women and men. If we think about somebody like Ibukun Awosika, you see that woman is a lot of things. She's a pastor. She was a one-time First Bank, was the CEO.
Yeah.
She has a furniture company.
Yeah.
These things are, if you want to really look at it, they are
different
related.
Yeah.
Do you understand? If we're talking about DDK is also a pastor.
Yeah.
She does equipping. She equips people. She's a coach. She's a number of things.
Yeah.
Do you understand? If we want to talk about Miles Monroe, the late Miles Monroe was a pastor. He was, what else
A
was
writer.
he? He was a writer, a consultant.
Yeah.
So he was a lot of things too. So when people are a lot of things, it's not out of place. I don't think it's out of place. I even feel like it makes you more effective. I don't know if getting it over time, getting new ideas and getting into different spheres over time is because there's a pattern in the scriptures that says that somebody who is not profitable, what you have, your gifts or your talent will be taken away from you and given to somebody else. So that's how I see it. I don't know if now that we are saying that with every passing day we discover new things, maybe that's just because God sees that this thing is something that you'll be able to handle and there's somebody else that is not doing it well. Or I don't know if people are just designed to be that kind of
person. Yeah, but I also feel like it teaches, if you are able to really do this, if you're able to multitask and have, let's say you have a business and you have an 8 to 5 and you're doing different things with your life, it teaches you how to manage your time, it teaches you how to manage your finances, it teaches you a whole lot of things, and it equips you with qualities. So you see women that they are thriving in their career, but their home is not lacking. Do you understand? They're still there for their family, and for some reason God always blesses those kind of people with partners that are understanding. Partners that are understanding. They understand their vision, they understand their purpose and everything that their life is about.
When you are thinking of becoming a high value woman, you have to be thinking also of marrying somebody that is high value. High value doesn't necessarily mean that the person has all the money in the world.
Or to
it doesn't necessarily mean that the person has a car. At the beginning, the person may not even have anything, but your ability to be able to see into that means see because I wanted to say your ability to be able to see into the person's future. I know you may not be able to see, but there are certain people that when they talk and when they do certain things, you'll be able to tell that this person is going far. So you have to be able to see through. I don't know how you're going to see it, but you have to see it. As a high value woman, you can't be thinking and you can't be seeing shallow things. You have to look ahead. You have to look, really look. we're not after he has cars. He has a lot of money. He dresses well. Those things are still very shallow things. You have to look before. What are his values? What kind of person is he? How does he treat people? So that's very important.
Yeah. So now that we have spoken a lot about internal, so what are those like external qualities that you think that a high value woman should possess? To an extent, why is he like this? What is the idea?
If you have your manifesto, but you are going there to cook, to clean,
and do
everything. Then one day they'll not tell you, but I never ask you.